Hello friends, very warm welcome to my business laws channel. Today I'll take up in my video the Information Technology Act 2000. You all know friends that over the period of 2 years during this pandemic 19, the cyber crimes have gone up and India is the 12th country in the world to adopt cyber laws. And cyber laws in India, they have been contained under the Information Technology Act 2000. So friends, this Information Technology Act 2000 is the result of e-commerce and e-governance. Or I can say that e-governance and e-commerce, they have given rise to Information Technology Act 2000. Now, under this act, you will be studying what are the objectives of Information Technology Act 2000. And then after that, which are the areas? What is the scope of Information Technology Act? And which are the documents or agreements to which IT Act 2000 is not applicable? Because IT Act 2000 doesn't apply to all documents and agreements. So there are certain documents and agreements to which IT Act doesn't apply. Say for example, the all contracts regarding sale of immovable property or bill of exchange or other negotiable instruments. IT Act is applicable to check, but it is not applicable to other negotiable instruments. So apart from this, there are other documents also or agreements also, where this IT Act 2000 is non-applicable. Now these various points I will take up, in my succeeding videos on IT Act 2000. Now IT Act 2000 has got number of definitions which you will find they are given under section 2 of the IT Act 2000. Like computer virus, then public key, private key, certifying authority, CA, or AO, adjudicating officer, then CCA. CCA stands for Controller of Certifying Authorities. So I would like to give you the summary of this IT Act 2000 in this video. So I'll be talking about 6 chapters. The first chapter is the introductory chapter, where objective of IT Act 2000, then non-applicability of IT Act 2000, various definitions given under section 2 of the IT Act 2000, they have been provided. So friends, first chapter, this private key, public key, CA, and then CCA, adjudicating officer, adjudication of contraventions, these are very, very important. Because when we talk about IT Act 2000, IT Act 2000 is applicable everywhere. Now technology, now today is the era of technology. Whether the admissions or their examinations or you have to get your passport renewed everywhere, this technology helps. So in Delhi University, you all know during pandemic, exams have been conducted online. OBE examination, open book examination, they have been conducted very, very successfully under DU, under this virtual mode of examination. So first chapter I have told you what headings you are going to study. Now in the second chapter, you will be studying digital signature. Uses of digital signature, meaning of digital signature, and then how are digital signature authenticated. Because under this IT Act 2000, so a number of applications or when we talk about formation of LLP or formation of companies, documents are to be filed online. And you all know friends that online signatures, handwritten signatures are not possible online. So digital signatures are required. Now, what are digital signatures? What is the meaning of digital signatures? Digital signature is the authentication of electronic records, which needs to be authenticated as per the procedure which has been laid down under Section 3 of the Information Technology Act 2000. So under second chapter of IT Act 2000, you will be studying what is digital signature, and then what are the different uses of digital signature, and then how are electronic records authenticated. What are the various steps which are involved in the authentication of electronic signature. Friends, when we talk about electronic signatures, then private key, public key, these are very, very important. Private key, as the name implies, is the key which is private, which is confidential key of the owner, of the subscriber. So private key remains private. It is never disclosed to the public. And it is confidential key, or we may also call it secret key. Private key always is controlled and owned by the subscriber. And when we talk about public key is public. It is widely known to the public. The private key is used to create a digital signature, and public key is used to verify digital signature. Now, private key is private, but public key is widely known to the public. Now, private key is not listed in the digital signature certificate, but when we talk about public key, it is always listed in the digital signature certificate. So, as far as authentication of digital signature is concerned, there are 6 steps which are to be followed. And these steps in details I'll take up in my subsequent videos. After this, I'll be teaching you 2 terms. One is electronic signature and second is digital signature. The term electronic signature, it was used under the Information Technology Amendment Act 2008, ITAA 2008. And then second term is digital signature. The term electronic signature is wider as compared to the term digital signature, because electronic signature includes digital signature, but digital signature does not include electronic signature. And then there are 5 to 6 points of distinction between electronic signature and digital signature. Now, coming to chapter number 3 under the Information Technology Act 2000. Now, chapter number 3 is regarding electronic governance, or we may call EGovernance. EGovernance is smart governance. Which are the various provisions under the IT Act 2000 which promote or strengthen or facilitate this EGovernance. There are 10 points which have been provided under sections 4 to 10 of the IT Act 2000 which promote or strengthen information technology, or we may call EGovernance. And these points have been provided under Information Technology Act 2000. And then after that, coming to chapter 4 under the Information Technology Act 2000, chapter number 4 is regarding attribution, acknowledgement, and dispatch of electronic records. What is attribution? When is the ER said to be attributed to the originator? So there are 2 parties involved. One is the originator, second is addressee. Any person who transmits the document is known as originator, and addressee is the person to whom the document is sent, to whom the document is addressed. This is the simple meaning of the 2 terms. One is originator, second is addressee. And then regarding acknowledgement, sometimes originator sends a document, he expects that acknowledgement should be sent by the addressee. So what are the rules regarding acknowledgement which have been provided under the Information Technology Act 2000? Now, dispatch of electronic records. Regarding this, time of dispatch of electronic record, time of receipt of electronic record. Then place of receipt of electronic record and place of dispatch of electronic record. Now, under Chapter 5, which is with the title Regulation of Certifying Authorities. Now, there are various authorities like CCA. CCA stands for Controller of Certifying Authorities. And then CA stands for Certifying Authority. Because when we talk about digital signature can be affixed by that person only who is the holder of digital signature certificate. And this subscriber is the person in whose favor digital signature is issued. Now, subscriber has to apply to the CA for the issue of digital signature certificate. And then when he fulfills all the formalities, then in that case, if CA is satisfied with the information which is submitted by the subscriber, then digital signature certificate is issued by the CA to the subscriber. So subscriber becomes a digital signature certificate holder. Now he is entitled to affix digital signature on the e-documents or online documents. Now regarding this Controller of Certifying Authorities, he is the apex body. He controls the CA, not only CA. If there is any conflict takes place between the CA on the one hand and subscriber on the other hand, then in that case that has to be resolved by CCA. CA is always answerable to the CCA and CCA is always answerable to the central government. And subscriber is answerable to the CA. So there are a number of functions which are to be performed by the CCA. There are certain powers which are to be exercised by the CCA. Duties of certifying authorities. At present, there are 15 certifying authorities in India. And these 15 certifying authorities are entitled to issue digital signature certificates to the subscriber. So duties of certifying authorities, role of certifying authority, duties of subscriber, and then which are the various provisions pertaining to the digital signature certificate or electronic signature certificate. That is regarding issue of electronic signature certificate or revocation or suspension of electronic signature certificates. These provisions have been provided under sections 35 to 39 of the Information Technology Act 2000. So there are certain duties which are to be performed by the subscriber, and these duties have been provided under section 40 to 42 of the Information Technology Act 2000. Now coming to the last chapter, which is regarding penalties, contraventions and offences. So there are certain penalties which have been provided under the Information Technology Act 2000. Contravention, that is breach of the provisions which have been provided under the Information Technology Act 2000. Now, if somebody has contravened the provisions of Information Technology Act 2000, then machinery has been provided by way of adjudicating officer. Adjudicating officer has certain qualifications. There are certain eligibilities conditions for adjudicating officer. An adjudicating officer can take up those cases where the claim is less than 5 crores. And there are certain factors which are to be considered by the adjudicating officer while announcing the reward. Anybody who has contravened the provisions, there are 3 factors which are to be considered by the adjudicating officer. We may call AO. Now the very first factor is quantum of unfair advantage. And second is, what is the nature of contravention? Is it repetitive or not? And the third is the loss which has been suffered by the third party, damage to the third party. So these are the 3 factors which are to be considered by the AO while announcing the reward. And then comes offences. Number of offences have been provided under the Information Technology Act 2000. Under sections 45 to 77 of the Information Technology Act 2000, penalties and offences have been provided. Now, not only the meaning has been laid down, but punishment has also been provided, like cyber terrorism. Then, if any secret information is disclosed, then also there is punishment which has been provided under the Information Technology Act 2000. And after that, what is the difference between cyber contraventions and cyber offences? Both are different. Cyber contravention is breach or abuse of law. But when we talk about cyber offences, now these are of serious nature. So cyber offences are punishable under the Information Technology Act 2000, and cyber terrorism is the term which was introduced or which was inserted under ITAA 2008. So friends, various chapters I have introduced in my video. Do like my video, do subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to press on the bell icon. You'll be getting the notifications of my videos. Goodbye friends, explore more videos. It is all about today in this video.